Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel All Things Militia, where I discuss a lot about what's going on in the political world, but I also discuss different topics that pertain to everyday life. To all of my subscribers, I want to come on here and tell you thank you. I really enjoy engaging with you guys. Thank you for all of your support. If you are new to my channel and any of the topics that I discuss are of interest to you, please feel free to hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. So today, you guys, I got some more political news to share with you. If you don't know already, we know that there was a meeting on this past week with our president, President Trump, along with the Vice President, Vance. They had a meeting with the President of Ukraine, Zelensky, at the White House on this week. And the media has just taken this meeting and just ran with it, okay? They are saying that our president and vice president bullied the president of Ukraine. But just let me give you my take on things and what happened. And prior to me giving you my opinion or my view, let me just state this. I am open to opposing views. For all of those that have checked out my profile, you know that I'm a pro-Trumper, but that does not mean that I am opposed to hearing other opinions, okay? I am for it. I just require that they be respectful, because if they're not, they will be deleted. Because we ought to be able to share our opinions without, being disrespectful. I'm just going to say that. I understand that everybody doesn't believe or agree the same. So, of course, we're going to not all have the same viewpoint on things, but we can respectfully agree to disagree. So, during that meeting, you guys, and shout out to Vance, but during the meeting, President of Ukraine, President Zelensky, who was, if you don't know, a comedian and an actor turned president. And I find that kind of interesting, because when Trump ran for his first term, prior to him crossing over into the political world, he was hosting a show called The Apprentice. And he got a lot of slack from different people in the media and other politicians in Hollywood that were saying that he was a reality star host and he didn't have any experience. So they tried to mock him for trying to cross over into the political world. Yet these same people support the president of Ukraine, who was a comedian and an actor turned president. At any rate, during the meeting, I believe that the president of Ukraine was there to sign a mineral deal and in exchange for security. And he, at one point, told our president and vice president that they were okay right now. They were comfortable, but they were going to feel the effects, and I'm paraphrasing, of not continuing to fund him billions upon billions of dollars that he was receiving under the previous administration, the Biden administration, to which my president rose up and told him, don't tell us what we're going to feel. You're not in any position to tell us how we're going to feel. You don't hold the cards, okay? First of all, you are in an unwinnable war, and you are on the losing side. So it behooves you to be humble and sit down, because we have already given you billions of dollars, okay, and a lot of weapons, okay? And if it wasn't for our support, you wouldn't even had a chance of a nap, okay? So be humble. And so pretty much that's what our president and vice president was trying to tell him, because J.D. Vance was asking him, excuse me, you guys, but our vice president, J.D. Vance, was asking him, have you told our president thank you for trying to stop the war? He's trying to actually bring peace to your country. He's trying to bring a ceasefire to your, so that we can stop all this killing, okay, and get back on course. And, they went back and forth or whatever, but that's the whole thing, you guys. They don't want the war to stop, because that would be no more money for them. Okay, and we as the working class, the taxpayers paying citizens, are the ones that bear the cost of war. Okay, it falls on us, because that's when the food prices go up. That's when the gas prices go up, because they have to have money to keep funding these people. And why are we funding, or why during the previous administration did we give billions upon billions of dollars for a war that is unwinnable? And now we learn reportedly that there are billions of dollars that are unaccounted for. It just disappeared. They don't know what happened to it. Okay? So it's much more behind us funding Ukraine for this war than what they like to say. Because, yeah, it doesn't make sense to be giving all this money to for a war that cannot be won. And let me just say this. And during that meeting, our president also told the president of Ukraine, he said, you want me to talk bad about Russia, but the media ran a story for years during Trump's first term, and it was regarding the Russia collusion hoax, where you had the Wicked Witch of the West, Hillary Clinton, who was behind spending $48 million of our tax dollars to try to frame President Trump and link him to Russia, stating that he was a Russian puppet for the most part, which they're trying to run again in the media now, saying that Russia was interfering in our elections, and that's the reason why she lost the election. But they don't want to discuss what came out in WikiLeaks, where reportedly she stole the nomination from Bernie Sanders. So it wasn't even supposed to be Hillary versus Trump. It was supposed to be Sanders versus Trump to begin with. But as you know, she lost still, even after cheating, because she's just destined to be a loser. And she went on this whole campaign going on shows like The View, which I like to call The Spew, and also other paid for shows, complaining about how Trump was an illegitimate president and how there was Russian interference and all of this stuff. Yet they like to complain or talk about Trump denying the election, but they never really wanted to say how she went on a whole campaign denying the legitimacy of Trump's election. And might I also add that when she lost on that great, beautiful night, she didn't even have the respect to come out and thank her supporters. It's the same thing that Kamala, the Black Indian president that they put up this time, that did not receive a single vote, when she lost in a landslide to our president, did not even greet her supporters. But they want to make it seem as though that they are for our best interests. You are for our best interests, but you put up a candidate that we didn't even vote for. You are the party of pro-choice, but yet you put somebody up that we did not even vote for. Yeah, make it make sense. The party of pro-choice that mandated a new vaccine and said that if we the people did not get it, we could not work, but you're the party of pro-choice. Yeah, the party that is pro-Black people, but it's also the party that was behind the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi, who was considered to be the king of Africa, that was working on behalf of the African people and really bringing Africa up in the world. But y'all are for Black people? Yeah, okay. The same President Muammar Gaddafi who offered the Nation of Islam and Minister Louis Farrakhan $1 billion to aid and assist in African American or Black American affairs, but the United States government declined that and would not let him receive the money. But you're for Black people and love to put out these stories about racism and yada 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 and white supremacists, but you're for us. Yeah, miss me with that. Okay, because these people are not for us, you guys, just in case you have not realized that. They are for illegal immigrants. They are for foreign nations. They are for money laundering and lining their own pockets. And you can do the research and see what I'm talking about. You have a President Trump, who is for peace. During his first term, there was not one new war started under his first term, okay? He was the first U.S. president to cross the line in Korea with Kim Jong-un, okay? He signed the Abraham Peace Accords. He was trying to bring peace, and that is what a righteous person does. They are for peace, okay? Not talking about you are for your body, your choice, but when it came down to that vaccine, y'all wasn't. Y'all are for body and choice when it comes down to abortion, which is a part of your depopulation plan. That's why you push abortion so much, and that's why you push this LGBTQIA LMNOP so much, because those are things that depopulate, and which is what you all are behind. You cannot procreate with the same sex. God did not make it that way. You have to have sperm, and you have to have an egg. At any rate, you guys, while speaking of eggs, they want to now start complaining about the price of eggs when the price of eggs went up or been up, and they had nothing to say over the past 4 years. This war started under the Biden administration, and not long after it started, prices of gas rose and prices of groceries rose. But now all of a sudden that President Trump is reelected and has only been in office for a little over a month, they want to start complaining about the price of things. Yeah. Okay. But I'm just going to say this, you guys. The media is not for Trump, period. They would never be for Trump. They've proven that over the past 9 years. The media is a part of the Democratic Party, and people that are behind the Democrat Party, and they're used to continue this division and to promote war. Okay? That's what they're used for. Anybody that goes against the establishment or put out in the media for the negative, which is why I'm so pro-Trump, because they did it with Martin Luther King, they did it with Malcolm X, they did it with Fred Hampton, they did it with, which Fred Hampton was a member of the Black Party Panther of self-defense, that was 21 years old when he was gunned down in his sleep by the FBI, pretty much because he was trying to create real change. Okay? JFK, Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, and many, many others. Anybody who we were better off with being alive, they wanted to remove from the earth. Okay? And that's the same thing that they tried to do with Trump. They tried on more than a number of occasions and have failed, thank God. Okay? Because Trump is not a part of their corrupt establishment. Why do you think they switched up on him? For years, they had him out in a positive light as being this well-revered billionaire, successful businessman. But then when he crossed over and got into politics and started trying to do things that stopped their monies, USA, we learned how they've been spending our money. And we see why they're trying to keep us working until we die so that we can continue to fund their transgender parties and transgender animal research, okay, and trafficking in their own pocketbooks. Why did we pay for Chelsea Clinton's wedding? Okay, didn't their parents not steal enough of our money? Why did they have to use our tax dollars to pay for her wedding? Can anybody talk about that in the media? Can anybody talk about why did Joe Biden pardon his son and also several of his family members? Did the media talk to us about all of that? No, they didn't, because they are not for peace. They are not for we the people. They are for illegal immigrants. They are for foreign countries, foreign wars, and they're for keeping us broke, busted, and disgusted. So I'm just going to leave it on this note, you guys. They want us to continue to be against each other. That's why they got the left against the right, MAGA extremists. MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. So we're now an extremist fascist making America great again. Versus the right, they want the old against the young. They want the men against the women, the children against the parents. Any way that they create division, that's what they are about creating. Because they understand that if they can divide, then they conquer. But if we unify, they don't have a snowball chance in hell, just like Ukraine versus Russia.